Today, Fidelity is letting investors add Bitcoin to their 401k. New York State's Bitcoin mining moratorium clears its latest hurdle, and Fort Worth, Texas powers up its own Bitcoin mines. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Mackenzie Sigalos. Prices for the major cryptocurrencies fell again today. By noon Eastern, Bitcoin dipped below $39,000 and Ethereum was worth about $2,900. Also, we have to talk about Dogecoin. The meme token fell sharply today, but by just a fraction of the more than 26% gain that it saw yesterday in the wake of Elon Musk's successful bid to buy Twitter. Of course, there is no direct link between Twitter and Dogecoin right now, but that could change thanks to Elon. He has been a huge fan of the cryptocurrency, which, remember, started as a joke back in 2013. At that time, Dogecoin's creator simply wanted to parody Bitcoin. But in 2021, investors started to take the meme token very seriously. Back in May of last year, Dogecoin reached an all-time high of 68 cents, thanks in large part to anticipation around Elon Musk's appearance on Saturday Night Live. Tesla also let customers buy merch with Dogecoin. Dogecoin is nowhere near the high of last year, but it is the 10th largest cryptocurrency by market cap. Investors will have to wait and see if Elon Musk continues his friendly stance toward Doge, especially as he starts making major changes at Twitter if and when he takes over. Okay, on to the top stories. First, if you want to make Bitcoin part of your retirement plan, Fidelity Investments is making it happen. By mid-2022, the largest retirement plan provider in the U.S. will let investors set aside a portion of their 401k funds into Bitcoin. Now, the 23,000 employers partnering with Fidelity will have to opt into the offering. MicroStrategy, unsurprisingly, will be the first employer to do so. Now, not everyone is on board with the idea of using crypto for retirement planning. The Department of Labor warned fiduciaries to exercise extreme care before adding crypto to a 401k. Next, the New York State Assembly is moving ahead with a bill that could put a 2-year ban on Bitcoin mining. The bill advanced from the Ways and Means Committee and could face a vote in both chambers of the Assembly as early as this week. We actually talked to Perry-Ann Boring of the Chamber of Digital Commerce about the bill's impact just yesterday. You can find that over at cnbc.com/cryptoworld. Now, while New York State is thinking of hitting the brakes on Bitcoin mining, Fort Worth, Texas is embracing it. The city just powered up its own Bitcoin mining facility, and I had the chance to speak to Mayor Mattie Parker about why the city is taking up the pilot program. So the city of Fort Worth is getting into the Bitcoin mining business. What's the ultimate goal here? Is it about adding Bitcoin to the city's balance sheet, supporting the crypto mining industry more broadly, all of the above?
All of the above. And the other thing I'd add, Mackenzie, is this is really about tech and innovation for the city of Fort Worth, right? We want to be at the forefront of this industry and understand that cryptocurrency is synonymous with innovation right now across the United States and really across the world.
So does this have anything to do with helping the Texas energy grid? You know, I've personally focused a lot of my reporting on grid dynamics and how adding flexible buyers like Bitcoin miners can help to counterbalance intermittent power sources like wind and solar.
Well, it's interesting for you to bring that up. A lot of people don't understand that that's possible in this industry with cryptocurrency, but the Texas Blockchain Council, led by Lee Bratcher, was really put in place because of Governor Abbott, which was right around that same time period in a legislative session that this was created. So I think that is one goal statewide. But for us locally, we've got 3 Bitcoin mining machines that were donated to us to be put in the City of Fort Worth server room. Each Bitcoin machine really is about the same equivalency as a household vacuum cleaner. So it's a pretty low energy use. But I think to your point, really, to understand what cryptocurrency could mean for our local economy and really Texas economy, energy security is one piece of that, of course. But what is the future? And I know that cryptocurrency will be a piece of that. And I've been really encouraged by the partnership we've had from a private sector to get us thinking differently at the city to be a part of innovation in the future.
So essentially, this comes down to using the city's resources to buy a risky asset. Why not buy tech stocks or try out another high-risk, high-reward investment?
Well, what's interesting is all those things are really less risky because they're a part of a portfolio of opportunities for any city investment. Right? It's different. Cryptocurrency, as you well know, is a little uncharted territory for any municipal government. And so because of this partnership, it really made it possible. And maybe we wouldn't be here if we didn't have these machines donated in the first place, because we're probably going to be really neutral in terms of what we make off just 3 machines, but it allows us to explore the opportunity further into the future. I think we'll evaluate success over the 6-month time period. So it's a 6-month pilot program partnered with the Texas Blockchain Councils. And if you think about over a 6-month time period, this is something brand new for any city, right? There's a lot of policy here that we've had to jump through hoops to understand. Huge kudos to our legal team, our IT team that have really helped make this come to fruition. But at the end of that 6-month time period, I hope we learn a few things. First is, what kind of notice do we start to get from other industries, especially in tech and innovation, that said, hey, what is what we're doing? And we want to be a part of that story. And secondly, is our pool match working, right? Do we want to add additional machines? Is this something we want to add for taxpayers to be able to use cryptocurrency into the future? As you know, Mayor Suarez in Miami has been at the forefront of this, and he's gotten a lot of the right attention for his city. And I think Fort Worth can also capitalize on that same thing, but in a modest way, and really use this pilot program to our advantage.
So at this point, we are talking about a pretty small electrical footprint, but let's say you do expand at that 6-month mark. Is this a wise use of city resources?
Absolutely think it will be. That'll be our first objective every single time is to protect taxpayers, make sure it's a wise resource. We can take advantage of lower electricity prices being a part of the City of Fort Worth contract and on our own grid. But moving forward, I think we'll just do this incrementally every 6 months to try to determine what's next. And a reminder, these were donated to us. So if the City of Fort Worth wanted to actually purchase these machines and be a part on a bigger scale, that's a different conversation we would have openly with the public.
You know, a lot of people say that we're inevitably headed for another crypto winter. What happens to your mining program if the price of Bitcoin goes down?
Well, again, we're doing this in consultation with the Texas Blockchain Council. We wouldn't be doing this probably without that important partnership, leaning on expertise in the private sector, really say, hey, if the price does go down, what does that mean for the City of Fort Worth? We need to pull out completely, press pause, wait another few months as prices fluctuate. Those are all conversations we're going to have together.
So we've been covering New York's push to potentially ban Bitcoin mining. Meanwhile, Texas is embracing the business. And my question to you is, where is the government's place in cryptocurrency? Is it in regulating it, in adding it to the balance sheet, in supporting it in other ways?
Well, I think Texas has got it right so far. We're doing so in a collaborative fashion, right? The last thing you want is for government to overregulate or without understanding the industry at large. And so I think crypto has been one of those industries that a lot of people don't understand fully. I'm learning myself, right? And so what we need to do is work with our state partners. We already have the Blockchain Council that's really helping advise regulators at a statewide level. And then as a city, our legal team has been excellent to really understand where the regulations or needs. And this situation was pretty minimal for a city ordinance to just kind of get started here. But as things evolve from a statewide perspective, or even nationally, we hope to be at the middle of those conversations, because of what we've done today with our announcement.
What does the city get out of this mining pilot?
We hope right now just the right kind of notoriety, the right kind of focus. When all this started, I've had a few friends that are in the venture capital world, and understanding that over 80% of venture capital is really spent on technology. Like, what is the future of the economy? And cryptocurrency is at the center of that right now. So as a city that wants to, we're the fastest growing city in the country, Mackenzie. There's so much excitement around North Texas and Fort Worth in particular. To really keep that energy going, we have to kind of push ourselves differently. And we think cryptocurrency is a huge part of our future economy.
Okay, be sure to check out that full interview and more over at cnbc.com/cryptoworld. That's all for today, but we will be back again tomorrow, and we'll see you then.